Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Eileen. So I recently opened up a swap for Hello Kitty and Friends on my Instagram. I posted the sign up post, and all you need to do is go into the comments and say me, and then you write, you put your 3 characters, and you also put if you're a YouTuber or if you're an Instagram person, like you only post on Instagram or you post videos on YouTube. Okay, so the reason for that, I just need to make sure, we post people or we match people with the same social medias. I know a lot of the YouTubers that do post videos on YouTube also share on Instagram, but the reason for this is I want to know exclusively, because I had a few people from last year who participated in our swap and was only able to do Instagram, or not able, but that's what they chose as their social platform. So I want to be fair and put the Instagram people, if they only do Instagram, I want to put them here. And then if they only do YouTube, I want to put them here. So that is the explanation. Okay, so everything is fair and everyone can still participate in the swap. So as you all know, one of the requirements for the sign up is to create a traveler's notebook. Okay, so I'm going to do the traveler's notebook first, but there are other requirements. Okay, so this video is mainly focused on the traveler's notebook part. Now, you all know it's Hello Kitty and Friends, so you can incorporate the characters into whatever specific themes that you and your partner, which when I pair you up, you're going to be able to communicate with each other and decide what it is you guys are going to swap. Like if you guys want to create Hello Kitty with Valentine's Day, or Hello Kitty with Christmas, or Hello Kitty with Halloween, it doesn't matter. It's up to you and your partner. Okay, so let's go over this. I did a little bit of research. This is what I came up with one video that described all the different sizes. This is Scrap Craftastic. Her name is Rachelle, and she does a lot of traveler's notebooks and planners and all that good stuff. Now I know my girl Luisa also does, she also has a playlist of traveler's notebooks and tutorials for you all to go to. You could definitely go and reference all her videos. It's all there together in one playlist. But I particularly wanted to cover the sizes. So just to let you all know, there's several sizes. So we're going to start with the smallest, which is the micro. It is a 3x4 inch traveler's notebook. The next size down would be the passport, 3.5x5, and then the following is a pocket, 3.5x5.5. These are all in inches, as you can see. Then we have the A6, is a 4x6, which is one of the popular ones. Then you have the personal, which is 3.75 by 6.75. The B6 is a 5x7. The regular is a 4.25 by 8.25. And there's a cashier, or typo, cashier, which is the 5x8.25. And then you have the half letter, which is 5.5 by 8.25. All right, so now that is the American measurement version. Okay, I'm not going to go into metric because your girl don't care for that. Metric is a little too much. Okay, so now let me just show you some examples of a traveler's notebook. This is one that I created. I have a tutorial on my YouTube on how to create this magnetic traveler's notebook cover. Okay. I use little magnets in here to help keep it closed. I also have an elastic, which I just removed so I can share it with you. I made this maybe 2 years back. I was participating in a traveler's notebook insert swap. That is a mouthful. That was hosted by Patty, who is Mommy and Me Crafts. So this is what I did. This one measures 4, let me grab my ruler, which is in front of my face. This one measures 4.5, I want to say 4.5 by 8.5. Okay. What I did, I do have a tutorial how I created this, all with the flip outs and little pockets and stuff. So I will try to link Rachelle's video where I got the measurements, Luisa's playlist. I'll try to put those all in the description box below, and my tutorials for the cover and my insert that I created. So this one was just a single insert with no extra papers. So a traveler's notebook is what it says. It's a notebook. You would usually have some papers in here for journaling or for adding photos and stuff like that, right? Luisa has a great example on her playlist. And this one was particularly just for one insert with no extra pages. And I created several pockets using a 12 by 12 cardstock for my base for this insert. Okay, and then I just used the paper that was required for that swap. This is not it. This is just my extra. This was my prototype. So I used a different paper collection, but that's how you can create it. Use a solid cardstock and all that jazz. But you could create pockets. You could put pages in here. So you can see Traveler's Notebook has this elastic, right? Holding it all together. And you can put pockets in the back. I made several pockets and several tuck spots. Here you can see there's another insert from my swap partner that I received. And they made flip outs also. A little tuck spot here. I added this right through the elastic. It's just a bag and it had my goodies from the swap. And I added some of the die cuts onto there. And that was also gifted. And then this one, I created a little flip out with my scraps, added a sticker, and then put a little tuck spot back behind there. And then I added the card that my partner sent to me, Janova. Hi, Janova. So added some of the tabs that she included. So that is one insert, okay? Like I said, you can have many pages in between your insert. You can have pages in here, loose pages, so you could take them out or put them in, or you can stitch them in. And in Luisa's playlist, she shows you how you could stitch it into our Traveler's Notebook. So this is just a little take off of the Traveler's Notebook style. So now we're going to get into the size that we are going to create for our Hello Kitty. This is a nice size, okay? Now, the one that I picked for my example, because I'm going to use a laminator. You don't have to use a laminator. You can use fabric. You can use foam, you know, decorative foam. You can use cardstock. It does not have to be laminated, but I am about to laminate mine. I'm going to add some pockets here, and I'm going to use vellum to create my pockets. This is going to be the cover of my Traveler's Notebook. And then we're also going to get into further detail on how to put the holes for stitching and elastic and all that fun stuff, and adding your pockets. So this one in particular is a 5 by 7, which is a B6. So I chose the B6 5 by 7 because I wanted to use some digital prints, okay? This I took off of Google, just a free download, a free image. I downloaded it and added it to, I think I used PowerPoint to create the image to the size that I needed it. And it couldn't get any bigger than a 5 by 7. It was, I mean, just a hair taller and several, you know, space here a little bit wider, but I wanted to keep it uniform so that, you know, when we go to make our inserts, we're going to go off of the 5 by 7 inch. Okay, so now this is what I printed to use for my cover, and I'm sorry if this is long-winded. You can speed me up or whatever, it's up to you. Now I want to add my pockets. This is just the same thing. I did the same thing that I did on this image. I just took it and made sure I put it in my printer so that it would print on the opposite page, on the opposite side, the back side. So now this is the inside of my notebook, and I'm going to add some pockets really quick. Let me get my vellum. Uh-oh. It's trying to print again. Okay, let's get some vellum. Do I have vellum? Yes, I do. Woo! There it goes. Another mess to clean up. So I'm going to just use some vellum. I'm not even going to print on it because I want that little image to show. So I'm thinking I might want to do it like that. So this is all like trial and error, guys. You don't have to do it exactly like I'm doing it. You don't have to use vellum. I'm just trying to share some inspiration. So since my Traveler's notebook is 5 inches wide, I want to go at let's just go with 5 for now. And okay, we're not going to use the whole thing, so we just want to do something like that to each side. But I don't want to go all the way into where the spine folds. I don't want to go all the way to that edge. I'll probably just go short of that because we're going to have holes. We're going to punch some holes. We got holes here, all that good stuff. So we're going to try to accommodate for that space. All right, so this is 8.5, so 4 1/4. We're just going to go with 4. All right, and then we'll do the same with this one because we're going to put a pocket on both sides. Now is the time to decide if you want to put a shaker onto the front or the back. It's up to you, okay? I'm not going to put a shaker because I'm going to laminate. But if you don't want to laminate and you want to put a shaker, you can do that, definitely. This is what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to take this pocket and I put my trimmer away like a fool. And we're going to just cut a little angle here. All right, so we can just about, it depends on you what kind of pocket you want. You can also use your dies to create your pockets. It's all up to you guys. All right, let me see. So now this one will turn to this side. Okay. Now our pockets are the same. I am going to use wet glue. Don't ask me why. You can adhere it the way you want to. I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to use wet glue and add this to our pocket. To our inside flap. Okay. I'll line it up. And if you want to know, my printer is an HP. It is a dinosaur. HP ink printer. I don't suggest getting it. There's so many other good printers out there, better than what I have. Okay. So I'm just going to get my scissors really quick and I'm going to cut this edge. Okay. The downfall with the print image is if you have an ink printer, inkjet printer, it will bleed the ink underneath. So be careful. Don't want to smudge your work. All right. So I just want to put enough so that it holds our pocket. You're going to have the lamination holding it anyway. but just to be safe. Why? I don't know. So I want to be safe. There we go. And there you go. There is your pocket. Now, if you and your partner decide that you don't want to make this size traveler's notebook, as long as you both just, you know, agree on the size that you want to make, okay? This just, communication is key. All right. And so now I'm going to take my lamination pouch. I got this one right here. And this is just a 3 mil. It's not the fancy 5 mil. I'm just going to use what I got. This is what I got. So now I'm going to take my pouch, open it up. If I can open it up. And I'm going to put it in here. Now, if you want to be, you know, frugal, you could make something here, add, you know, so it doesn't go to waste, but we're just going with this for now. This is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna run this through my laminator and I will be back. All right, guys, my pocket is laminated, or my traveler's notebook cover is laminated. I messed up a little bit. I kind of pulled on this a little too quickly and it kind of left an air bubble there. Or not kind of, it did. So now I'm going to take my my ruler really quickly and just try to get my fold going in the right direction. There we go. You can even put your ruler in there and fold it over. And you guys, I was so impatient and I forgot to cut the vellum off the corner there. So now it's part of the notebook. All right, so we're gonna just go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna use my trimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this stuff, this extra. Don't want to cut too close to the air bubble. There's a good edge there, so you don't want to cut right into that air bubble, because then your laminate will open up and it'll be pointless. And so now I'm just going to put it down and trim, get the bulk off of there. And then we do the same thing here. It's a little crooked because I pulled on it. Don't be impatient. And make sure there's that gap so you don't get that air bubble. Just take your time if you're doing a laminated traveler's notebook. I'm just giving you the example. Like I said, you could use fabric, you can use other things, okay? Soft cover journals, or not journals, traveler's notebooks, okay. And then this part, I don't even know if I want to mess with that one, because this is the fold on the laminating pouch. Maybe just a little bit. It's hard to see, really. We're just gonna see if we even cut. Yeah, we cut a little bit off. Okay. You can keep these or not. You don't have to. Oh, I'm not. All right, so now our next part for this. Let me cut the corners. Let's see if my chomper will. Yeah, it just eats it up. It's not cutting it. At least it's going to give me a guide. It'll give me a guide. All right, so now I can just round it out. You don't need the chomper. You could just use your scissors, but you do what you got to do and do what you need to do. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get to our little pockets and be like, Eileen, you put some pockets on, but let me cut this off a little. It's a little too much. I messed it up, so this is not going anywhere. It's gonna stay here. It's gonna stay right here. All right. Oops. Okay, we got that done. And now we fold our little traveler's notebook in half. And let's get our seam pressed down. Okay, and that way it can stay where we want it. Okay, this is annoying. All right, so now we have our cover, but we got these pockets, right? Okay, so now we get our cutting knife. Now, this whole time I've been standing up, so now I need to come down here. I need to sit so I can see a little closer to my face. And what I'm gonna do, there is an air pocket right here and right here. So I'm gonna cut soft and steady, slow and steady. Actually, let me use my ruler. I can't see the pocket, so don't cover the pocket, cover the other side, and go slow and steady. Don't go too fast, and don't cut all the way to the edge. Don't cut your line all the way to the edge of the cover. You want to stop short, so probably like an 1/8 of an inch before you get to the edge. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm lining it up so I can cut into that air bubble. And it's a little nerve-wracking because you don't want to cut through to the front of your cover. Okay, I want to double check. I have done that before. I cut through to the other side and it wasn't fun. So just do slight lines, just go slow. You can hear it cutting. Oops. There you go. Just go slow, okay? And you don't want to cut it. You'll see a line, but you're not cutting through the paper. So just take your time. You will see a line, remember that. Okay. Now I'm just trying to feel. There you go. Feel for the pocket. All right. Real slow and steady. Slow and steady. Okay, look at that, it's coming up. All right, so I'm going to cut the pocket open. Remember, just take your time. It will come up. You just be gentle. No, I didn't cut this edge right here. Okay. There we go. You already have your pocket open like that. And we're going to do the same here. You don't want to go all the way to the edge. Just stop short of the edge. Okay. Let me put my ruler there, so I know not to cut. just see. There we go. And I'm not pulling it. I'm not pulling on it so hard that it rips. I'm just bringing it up slightly. Okay, so it didn't cut all the way. Slightly. It's always fun. See if you could do it. It's like a challenge. There you go. Now it stops right there. And there's your pocket. Looks great. Look at that. Just like that. Just like that. All right, so let me come back. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I cut my pockets open. They are so cute. Oh my gosh, I love the vellum pocket. It's so cool. So yeah, if you don't want any sharp corners, go ahead and trim that little point so it's not cutting you when you're using your little notebook. Oh my gosh, I need a smaller pair of scissors. Okay, that's better. All right, so there is our cover for our Traveler's Notebook. And now I'm going to poke some holes. And what I'm gonna do, let's do it from the inside. And I have little 5mm foam. I'm going to just measure down using a Sharpie and just mark maybe, wait, let's measure it without the foam first. Maybe like a 1/4 of an inch, not the edge of the plastic, the edge of the paper. So there's half, and we're going to mark it at a 1/4 of an inch right there. I'm going to poke a hole there, and then another 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the paper to right there. All right, so now, and we have this measure at 7, so we want it at 3 and 3.5. So right there. All right, so now we got our 3 holes. We're just gonna put one insert. This one, the center one, we could put an elastic to keep our Traveler's Notebook closed. The 2, we will use it to sew in our signature. Okay, so we're only going to make 2 holes on our signature. So there's the Traveler's Notebook. You can also create folders and like flip outs and stuff like that. But for now, this is the video that we're going to use. Let me get my hole puncher. Get my crocodile. I think I'm going to use the 1/8 inch hole puncher right here. And you're punching through some lamination too, so it's going to be on there. So make sure I'm using the right one. Go to this one. Okay. And now for the center hole, oh, I marked it on the inside, so I'm going to put it right there and take my 1/8 inch and just put it halfway in. Halfway into the hole puncher. And there's our hole. So there you go. It's a little off there. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So now we have our little notebook. This is the style. This is how I'm going to do it. How I do it. I'm going to do it. I guess I didn't need that. That's for later. This is what I'm gonna do. We're only gonna make one signature. And if you want to create a folder, that's up to you. All right. I have some Cricut paper. So your Traveler's Notebook is 7 inches tall. And we want it to be 6 and 7/8. 6 and 7/8. Did I just cut that wrong? Ay, 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 this is going to be wrong. I cut the paper in the wrong direction, but that's okay. And so it's 5 inches wide, but we're going to go at 9 and 7/8. 9 and 7/8. Okay. And what this is going to do, my paper is going in the wrong direction. Going in the wrong direction. You could score it, but I'm not. I'm too lazy. Okay, because I'm already making mistakes. All right. Take this. You do not have to laminate this one. You definitely do not have to laminate this. And I'm going to go ahead and round the corners with the 1/2 inch side. Luisa has some great tutorials for Traveler's Notebooks for what you can put into your Traveler's Notebook. Once I find my elastic, I will show you what we'll do. So see how it has space all the way around? So you see the cardstock is smaller and it stays inside the Traveler's Notebook. See how that goes? Like that. And once you have your elastic in there, you can, it'll be more secure. All right. So now, let me see. We need some paper, so I'll be back. All right, guys, so I'm back. I have some printouts from my previous swaps. And here are some papers, well, printouts. One side is blank. So this one I created on Cricut Design Space. And I took each of these icons. Each of these icons were individual icons from Google free images. And I just spaced them out the way I wanted to and created my own pattern of paper and then printed it out on Cricut. So now we want to cut these into pages. So before I make the same mistake, we're going to cut this at 9 and, oh no, it's not even wide. Oh, what does this measure? Only 9 1/4. Well, it doesn't have to be the same sizes, right? It does not. This one is cardstock, so we're just going to use this one. If you want all your pages to be uniform size, that's when you go in and, you know, put all your pages together. I'm just going to go with the flow. This is cardstock, so I'm just folding it down the line. All right. And I do have to cut it a little bit. So now let me get that back. And let's cut this at 7, 6 and 7/8. 6, 7, yeah, that was 6 and 7/8. Okay, just make sure your paper is straight. You're gonna cut part of it off, but that's what we're gonna do. It's still cute. Pull my trash can a little closer so I don't have to keep reaching. We're gonna corner these. You don't have to. Like I said, it's up to you how you're gonna make yours. And so here we go. There's another page into the journal. Traveler's notebook. All right, so these are scraps from the cardstock. You can also create pockets. I have some dies. I can make some little slots and make them into tuck spots, but we will do that when we get there. Also, you can also put in, like, let's see, like you have these coloring pages. Look at that. But they're not going in the right direction. But you could do that. Let's see. Okay, guys. So also you could put in a calendar. You could put a calendar blank. I have these also. Can make them smaller. You could use your printer to make smaller calendars. Or not your printer, but your, Word doc. Let's see. Does this one fit? Oh, we can make it fit. We can make it fit. So I'm going to put one of these monthlies in.
This was a scanned copy of my monthly planner that I store-bought. And I just scanned it with my scanner. Now I'm just going to cut off the notes, right? That's what we want. Yeah, cut off the notes. There we go. Cutting it out. We can cut it even tighter. Okay. And then we can cut this part off. Cut this one. Yep. We're just going to cut it out. This is paper, so I'm trying to go a little slower. Just a little bit. Okay. And now, let's see. Okay. Now. Let's see. Let me use my bone folder and score this part. Put whatever papers you want in here, guys. It doesn't have to be what I'm putting in mine. You can put magazine pages, you can put whatever. It doesn't matter. Up to you. And so now, I'm just going to glue one side down and call this a done deal. Just insert. Fold that down. And there you go. Let's fold this down. Glue that down. There it goes. Alright, there's another page. Alright, just like that. Does not make a difference. Take your punch. Do it again. You don't have to have
print on all forwards on the front and the back of each of your pages. You have room to add images and stuff like that, or die cuts and stuff like that. So there you go. I mean, you could cut a little bit more. Just a little. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Okay. It's a little lengthy. I don't like doing tutorials. Now it fits in there better. Okay. Now let's go in and get some more. What other things can we add? This is just my stash of printed items already. And then we also have some some dyed papers from Chiquita's Crochet. So I'm going to pull some of this out and add it to our junk journal. Junk journal. I keep saying junk journal. I'm sorry. It can be a junk journal, which is what I have used it for in the past. So my stash of dyed papers from Chiquita. All right, so now we want our paper. Look at that. It's embossed. You see all the embossing. So we want this again. Let's measure it again. Not that one. We need it to be 10. No, 9. Here we go. 9 7/8. Right there. And I'm gonna go 9 7/8. You don't have to throw that away. You could keep that and use it. And we want this to be 6 7/8. 6 7/8. The only thing is you'll lose that beautiful edging on the dyed papers. Okay, and now we're going to fold in half. I'm just going to take it and fold them all in half. Because they're going to go in just like that. Okay. Let's see. Because the papers are all crinkled and stuff, they're not always even. So bring the trimmer back in here. Ay, ay, ay. And we're going to trim off a little bit. Yep. About right there. I don't know if my trimmer will cut all this, but we gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm just making a mess. Okay. I think that's good. Not straight, not perfect. It's not a problem. Too easy. Too easy. Okay. And we gotta cut off the top a little bit. And let's cut off the bottom. It's already cut edge. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Oh, that one cut really good. Okay, nice, 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 nice. And we're gonna have to do this a little at a time. A little bit at a time. There she goes. And you could keep on trimming. So we got some dyed paper in here. We also have some of her graph paper and notebook paper. Very cute. We're going to put her in there. And I think I'm going to fold her this way. And these you could add pockets onto. Right there. So she's in the middle of this little signature. And when you get your what's it called? Elastic. So what you're gonna, okay, so I have some cording. It's from the it's from Walmart, and you can find it near the bead aisle or in the sewing section too. There's some elastics there. So I'm going to use this one just for now. Oh boy, I'm going to make a mess of this, aren't I? This is very, very loose, very giving. So maybe you don't want to use something that stretchy. Maybe we could even use this one. Whoops. Some Christmas, like Christmas cording. These are pretty good too. This is stretchy, but it's stronger. We can do this. Okay. So now I'm gonna go down. This is not the traditional Traveler's notebook. I'm just making this one up. There's only one signature. So I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take it and tie it on the inside. And this one is done. This is.
There are other Traveler's notebooks out there that is more elaborate. You also don't want it too tight because then you won't be able to get your insert in. So there. This is just our example. Okay. Try that. Take these clips off. If you were stitching, you would need those clips, but we're not stitching, so you just take that and fit it in the middle. Make sure those are glued down. Oh my goodness. I'm struggling. Alright, so we have our elastic in the center. You could even use string or twine, depends on what you want. And then you need an elastic to keep it closed, right? Just help your buddy out. So we're going to use length. I don't have any particular measurement, just take it and tie it around. You don't want it too tight because when they add stuff into the Traveler's notebook, you know, you want to make sure they can stretch it a little bit. So now, let me get my scissors. Cut this off. Take it back off. Okay. You can actually just keep it knotted. We can just keep that knotted and push it to the outside. You can even take it another level. See, now your knot is not, it's going to keep it secure. Don't be like me and just pulled it right out. Let's go ahead and tie double knot. There you go, bigger knot. And there you go. So you can even push that to the back. It's a very lengthy, time-consuming tutorial. I am so sorry. You don't have to cut those because then your partner will be able to adjust as it needs to, as she needs it. And keep it loose, and it's all in your Traveler's notebook.
You can adjust it here and there, but that is the gist of it. Mine is poking out a little too much, so I might go back in and trim the insert down a little bit. But there it is. You can also add some beads to your notebook, like that. You can add the beads on here before you string it. So yeah, that would be so cute. You could also add a jump ring here up on the top and hang a dangle. There's so many options. How cute. Don't forget you have little pockets here on the inside flap right there. Let's go ahead and cut this. Why not? Let's go cut that in right there. And now we know there's a pocket. But look at that cover. Isn't it cute? And then you have another pocket. There's a little mess over here, but that's okay. You got the second pocket in the back. You can add some washi. Don't forget, you could also add washi in here. Like use, make a little dashboard. Just take this and laminate it. And you can stick it in there like a little bookmark. And then on there, you can have like washi strips to share with your partner. Those are great ideas. And then this one, let's see, I can cut this down just so they're even, but you don't need it to be, you know, hanging out. Or you can leave it long and hang it out on the top, over the top, and add some little charms or dangles to the top or to the bottom. Depends on where you want to put it. But Nothing is stitched. Everything is loose still in here. And you can, you know, take it out and work on it very easily. Let me put that back in the middle because it's wanting to move on us. Like I said, there's many tutorials out there. And you guys, there's so many inspiring crafters out there. You guys, you know, you get what I'm trying to say. I'm hungry. Time for me to get out of here and get some food in my belly because I think my brain is telling me you're running out of gas. So that is it. Traveler's Notebook. You're going to be making the B6, which is the 5x7. Your cover is going to be 5x7. Your inserts will be just slightly smaller because when you start putting them together and then you fold it, it'll push out. So you might want to trim down the insert just a little bit more. Okay, so that is it, guys, for the Traveler's Notebook. Remember, the sign up ends on the 22nd of December. And once that's closed, I will put the list together of the swaps and then create our chat group. And there you'll be able to communicate with your swap partners and, you know, go over all the other details. But thank you all for watching. I know this is a lengthy video. And yeah, check out the links in the description box again so you'll get more inspiration. So I'll see you all on the next crafty video. If you're new here, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Join our crafty family. And while you're there, hit the notification bell. And that will tell you when I load new videos like this or when I go live here on my channel. So thanks again, everybody. And I hope you give it a try. It's really simple. I made it much longer than it needed to be. But I'll see you all next time. Thumbs up, guys. Bye.